Well, hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hummy's VR Comedy Podcast. We are Mark,
Yes.
Steven, and Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, this is our podcast. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. You're looking great.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
It's just a little, I don't want anybody to be like scared or like terrified. Steven is not different. He's had a cold, and I hope like you weren't trying to keep this from everybody, Steven. Like he's going to sound a little
I did
different.
not want it to spread to anyone.
It's still the same Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be worried. Like we've not done anything wacky behind the scenes with him.
Okay.
Just, an upper respiratory cold. That's it. Just relax, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Everyone needs to calm down. I can hear them screaming. They're shuffling papers. They're calling their agents right now. They're trying to get out. Don't worry. Don't sell. Okay. Bye.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the audio playback. It's the same. It's normal.
Yeah. We didn't alter his voice with just one track.
Jeff's going to alter my voice in editing, isn't he?
You will sound just like Alvin.
Okay. Yep.
Well, guys, it is a regular week, and everything is so regular, including Steven. It's so much so that we're going to do the idiom because that's the regular thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That way no one freaks out.
Everybody it's all routine. It's all normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This week's idiom is the phrase, like eyebrows on fire. Like eyebrows on fire.
Like eyebrows on fire.
What does that mean? And where is it from?
I think it means fuming mad, furious, right?
Okay.
His eyebrows were on fire. He was so mad.
Like what's that? Was the Nick Cage character Skullface, Fire Skull?
Head burner.
Oh,
head burner.
A League
whipper.
of Their Own.
Philadelphia. What was his name?
Sandlot. That's it.
Sandlot. Okay.
Moving on. Someplace where they have eyebrows.
That's a good context clue. Weed out all of those places that don't have eyebrows.
So
this will be edited. Don't worry.
Edit all this out.
Okay. While he's thinking of a place, I will say I think it's someone that's surprised.
Okay.
Like eyebrows on fire.
Person.
Yeah, he was shocked. Like his eyebrows were on fire.
They shot up. He raised his brow in such shock and surprise.
Mm-hmm.
They went so fast they burst into flames.
That's correct. Yep.
It probably happened to Eugene Levy at least once in his lifetime, you'd think.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I'm going to say Australia.
Okay. There's a lot of heat down there.
Mm-hmm. Hot, baby.
They got a whole mess of heat. They had those fires.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
it could be a recent idiom.
Could be.
Good point. Maybe a hot place. Maybe like South Africa. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay.
Well, isn't South Africa colder?
Oh, maybe
it's cold.
It is.
It's not. Yeah, it's.
Okay, middle
Africa. I like his answer. Middle Africa.
Let's go with Egypt. Then. It's much closer to the.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very equatorial. It is hot.
Okay.
Or so I've heard.
I'm guessing it's somewhere near the equator. Okay.
We've got mad and shocked for our answers.
Mm-hmm.
And Australia and Egypt. The correct answer is very urgent. Something that is very urgent. Like your eyebrows are on fire. You need to put those out sooner than later. Like probably pretty quickly. Because if you don't, it's going to spread to your hair.
Okay.
And then your whole head's on fire.
Mm-hmm. And then that catches fire with the hair on the back of your neck. It goes down to your back hair all the way down to your
shirt poofs up into flames.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a Chinese idiom.
Ah.
Wow.
Chinese idiom, like eyebrows on fire. something that is very urgent.
Huh.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's funny. It is very funny. It's very funny that you mentioned Africa, because I think I mentioned on the podcast before that I was very fortunate and got to go to Africa a couple years ago. Went with my family. Coolest thing I've ever done in my life, probably. But I had dinner with my mom the other night, and she is potentially going back again.
Wow. All right.
Wow. This is her third trip?
I think this will be her third.
Wow.
Okay.
It might be her fourth. It's ridiculous.
Amazing. Now, does she go
But
back to the same spot? Sorry to interrupt. Does she go back to the
no,
same
no, no,
spot?
no.
She goes to different spots.
Different places. She has very fortunately met this through when she was working. She's retired now. When she was working, she met this other medical professional, it's a married couple, and they've been probably at least 20 times, and that's not an exaggeration. They go a lot. Like he pretty much could be like a safari guide in Africa.
Wow.
It's ridiculous how much he knows, but he's really good at putting the trips together. And this one, they're going to Tanzania, and I know I'm putting you guys on the spot. Don't have to answer now, but we've talked about doing like travel stuff. We could go to Africa
Mm-hmm.
and do film it for like a channel thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Just float that out there.
I thought you were gonna ask me where Tanzania was. I was like, oh, whew, okay.
That is such a better question, just asking me to go.
I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. I have no idea where Tanzania is.
Okay.
But
oh man, that
just
sounds
floating
awesome.
it out there. Next February.
Oh wow. Okay.
We've got some time to prepare.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not ruling it out. I don't rule it out anything. I'm not. I believe me. Having kids is a great excuse to get out of shit, and I use it. I abuse that all the time to get out of things. Like, nope, sorry, kids. And everyone's like, see, this is why I don't have kids. It's like, no, it's great. You can that's your excuse now.
Right.
But yeah, dude, that sounds fun. I've always wanted to go. You said, I mean, especially after you said your trip, you had to go back. You're like, I gotta go back. It was like Lost.
It just if nothing else, just for the animals. Animals are. I don't know if you guys know this. I fucking love animals. They're cool as shit.
I fuck with them hard.
Yeah, animals are some of the coolest shit on the planet. I'd say. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm into it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just floating that out there. We don't need any answer. See what everybody thinks. If they want to see a Hummy's Africa travel trip documentary, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. We can do our own David Attenborough type of voiceover work too.
Wow.
Yes.
You're onto something. We've always said that we would love to have a channel where we travel and pick stuff apart and do whatever. So
this guy,
how long do you go for? How long is this trip?
I don't think they usually go for any less than like 10 days or so.
Got it.
It's a decent, I'd say a week at the least.
Okay.
But they do, this guy, he or the couple, they know all the ins and outs of getting, all the best deals on travel, lodging, where to stay, where to see the best chance to see all the animals. It's not, he knows what he's doing. And like he does put together very good trips. So just throwing it out there, everybody think about it, sleep on it for, 6 to 8 months or so, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'd say if I did, 10 days might be a lot, but a week could be doable, like maybe if I take off early or whatever, or come in late, who knows? I don't even know, dude. I'm so crazy.
You can just be airdropped into Africa.
Oh, Dumbo drop. There we go.
Right.
So that's what I got. That's just, food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Okay.
Speaking of traveling, I've had an increasing number of messages of people who have asked if we'll ever come to the UK, and I have told them that we wouldn't rule it out. Everything's on the table right now. So
Yeah, I like it over there.
yeah, we need.
Good stuff.
I told them I think we need a bigger following, and then we would be able to go over there. But yeah, for sure, that would be amazing.
I would get on a plane this afternoon.
Yes.
It's not desire that's stopping me from going over there.
I need to update my passport, so it is my updated passport that I need to do as well. But yeah,
shit, I think I got to check mine as well.
Damn it, God, we were gonna go today.
I'm all covered.
Give me like a week. Let me get my passport settled, and then I would be willing to get on a plane immediately.
Okay, start that process.
Or anywhere, really.
Nice.
If anybody out there wants to see us, let us know.
We'll come to your house.
We'll come to your house.
We'll show up. We'll hang out.
We won't leave a mess. I can pretty much guarantee that. We're usually polite.
Yeah.
Some
decent
safari
house guests.
Is it true that like elephants find us cute, like we find dogs cute? Is that a thing? I saw that or heard that.
How would they possibly know that what cute is? And
yeah, I think like they looked at like the brain light ups, you know.
Brain light ups.
Guys, I'm trying to get better.
Dude, you sound like me right now. This is fucking, how do you guys put up with this?
Very hard. It's very hard.
How the brain light ups. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The brain glows in different parts.
Right.
And that's the same part that what we think of dogs.
Yes. Yeah.
Some doctors like, this is the dog part of the brain.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know if that's true.
A glottis over here. I don't know, but I think the second most afraid that I was on when I did go was because of an elephant. Like I saw more of them than anything else, but one of them false charged us because we got, I think, a little too close to a baby.
Ooh, okay.
And I was certain that was the only time in my life I felt like I was certain that I was dead. Like that was it for us, for me.
An elephant was like, what?
Yeah. Like it like did its little shuffle at us and like put its ears out and got real pissed.
And that was, and you were in a Jeep, I think, right?
Yeah, like just typical like the safari thing, like rows of seats and the top cut off. Or so if it wanted to smush us, it would have smushed us.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, you almost found out.
We fucked around. We fucked around for sure. Speaking of finding out,
I think this elephant was just like, like let's say a dog came up to you and you didn't want to play. You're like, get out of here. You're not gonna be mean to a dog. You just want to be like, hey, stop that, stop it. You're bothering me. Maybe it was like that. They think we're like dogs.
I do think they do that quite a bit, where it's like they fluff up and try and look even bigger for some reason. They're already enormous.
Oh, that's what I do all the time. I try to fluff up and look bigger.
Yeah. If you're gonna take a pic, you gotta.
Sorry, you're saying. Speaking of fluffing up, what was it?
No. Set a reminder to have Steven's brain light up looked at after this. I don't know if we can get an
it's been an off week, you guys. Okay.
The Steven is Mark episode.
But thank you. Yeah, speaking of finding out, we put out a request or a question a couple episodes ago, I believe. We were very curious as to what people think their impressions, or what people's impressions of us are, or what a stereotypical us is.
Okay.
And guys, we got one in.
Okay.
So yeah, this is funny. I got this email. Oh my God. Do you know her name off the top of your head?
I believe it's Courtney.
Courtney. We'll just say, yeah, of course we're going to keep people on first name basis here. Courtney, I saw this email coming. I did not listen to it. I forwarded it to Jeff. I said, this sounds amazing. And Jeff obviously knows what to do with a computer and this, and I have not listened to it. So this would be a first time. And Steve or Jeff, I think, just played the first couple seconds to make sure that it worked when he played it. So yeah, can't wait.
Okay. Wow.
Scout's honor. I have not heard. Yeah, I've not heard any more than what Mark just said. Just the first few minutes of it, or excuse me, first few seconds. And Courtney, just a little warning. For some reason, this played at like one time I clicked it and it was lower, and then the next time like it was like a tiny bit faster, and your voice was higher. So, Courtney, if this doesn't sound like you, sorry. I don't know. There's a technical thing with the website we're using, but anyways, here we go. Here is what our first time hearing what other people think we sound like. I'm nervous, and if you don't hear this in the final edit of the podcast, it's because we got fucking roasted and we couldn't handle it. We were fragile little bitches, and we cut it out.
Yep.
Hi guys, this is Courtney. I was watching your latest podcast, and I saw at the beginning where you guys wanted people to reach out with their impressions of you. Well, I'm not really good at impressions, but funny enough, I'm actually living in London and studying voice and speech studies. I'm getting my master's degree right now.
Holy crap.
Wow.
In that area. So I thought it would be funny and maybe interesting to let you guys know what my first impressions were of you guys just by your voices.
Absolutely, Courtney.
So for Mark.
Oh no, not me
my
first.
My first impression was that you were like, first of all, I found you guys on TikTok, and then I watched one video of you. So this is coming from that. So Mark, my first impression was that you were like this like class clown, possibly a theater kid, but definitely the one who, like when you were a kid, you like to make your parents laugh, that kind of kid. And then
for sure,
now from listening to the podcasts, you definitely seem like the most level-headed one of the three of you guys, which I think is really funny. For Steven, my first impression of you actually was that you were like the younger child, like the youngest. I think it's because you like to laugh a lot, and you always seem like that you have like this almost like childlike innocence, and I love the way that you always laugh and kind of giggle at the other boys. And
I am a man-child, yes.
For some reason I felt like a kindred spirit with you, but now that I know that you're the oldest child, I know what that kindred spirit is. Because like me, I just assume, this is my assumption of you now, I assume that you use laughter as like therapy for trauma from being the eldest child. Because that's me too. I do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, and then Jeff. Okay, so
no.
Jeff's voice is interesting. I actually, after watching the first TikTok that I saw of you guys, Jeff's voice is the one that made me want to start watching y'all's videos.
What the fuck?
Nice.
Because when he started talking, I heard this like nerdy but like sexy combination of John Mulaney and the guy who plays the voice of Tina on Bob's Burgers. It just really intrigued me. And so, like, from your voice, my impression was that you were like this grumpy old man on the inside that uses dad humor to like cover up a lifetime of trauma. I love it. Like, I absolutely love that. That's just my impression, just my assumption. I'm not saying it's true, but I will say after watching the podcast, my impression of you hasn't really changed. So,
good.
I don't know. That's just my assumption of you guys. But I love you guys so much. I binge watch your videos all the time over here in London. You're really helping me get through school and writing my dissertation. So, anyways, I just had to call and talk to you guys. Love you so much. Bye.
Wow. Courtney. Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Love you
Wow.
too.
Yeah, love you too. Thanks.
You should switch your degree of study to psychology, I think.
I think
yeah.
you should like minor or double major for sure.
Cover up some deep-rooted stuff. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Wow.
I think that was 3 bullseyes.
Yeah.
Impressions, though.
Right. Yeah.
I thought they were impressions, like imitating us, not like what you think of us type impressions,
A
right?
full psychological dressing down.
So
Yeah, we all were under that impression that that's what it was. But this was great. This was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I like that more.
Yeah.
For sure.
This was very fascinating. Like that, and like you can go to school for this,
dude. Yeah. Well, think about this. Someone goes to school to like study handwriting and stuff. You know,
True.
And and crime
yeah.
stuff where they're like the guy's getting interviewed and like underneath it's like handwriting expert. You're like, what the fuck is that? What is a handwriting expert? Like you can tell there was tension in this A, you know, as they were sort of like, Jesus Christ, guy.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. Why not be able to do it with the voice too?
Right. Yeah, 100%. So, what do you? First of all, when she said that, like laughed, and I think she said it. Correct me if I'm wrong. She said it with both of you about laughing and like covering up trauma, or like I think that's a way that all three of us use laughter.
Absolutely.
Covering up trauma, but also like if you laugh or make a joke about everything serious, then that's the way that I've dealt with things too. I swear to God, one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in my life, probably the hardest, was me and my buddy Adam were going to a friend of ours wake, and this is like maybe a couple years into college. So I knew him in high school, and we were going to their friend's wake, and we pulled up in the car. And dude, I'm fucking laughing now, dude. It's insane because it's like you just realize like that's how you have to deal with it. And we were in the parking lot, and we're like, "All right, man, you ready?" And we just like looked at each other and fucking howling, laughing. Just like it was one of those moments where it's like, don't laugh, and you just start laughing harder,
right?
Because you're not supposed to laugh. So
this is the one place you cannot be laughing right now,
right? Yeah, and just tears of. And just laughing the whole time. So, yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, I think that's true for most people too, in general.
I hope
laughing just as an escape type thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everyone deals with it differently for sure, but I think that's the best way to deal with it, other than face it head on. Yeah. It's like, let me tackle these problems and get to the root. And it's like, no, I'm just going to laugh and just pretend everything's okay.
I swear, I still get messages almost every day by someone, either in a comment or a direct message, someone saying, thanks, I've been going through a hard time. This helps me get through things. And it's like, wow, that's something that I am glad we're doing, you know?
Right, yeah. Right.
Like if it helps just for a few minutes, you know?
Exactly.
Same with this. Like almost every time, I'd say probably about 50% of the time I stream, somebody will just pop in the comments and say, "Hey, I'm so glad I caught you guys on," and then exactly what you were saying.
And that's I reply all the time. And they're like, yeah, that's a huge thing. That's like my primary goal is to help someone get through something, right?
Right.
So
yeah, I guess because we also deal with serious situations and realize how much it sucks. And I'm assuming, I know my escape is laughter. So if we can do that for other people, then that's all I want to do. So,
being able to pay it forward like that is the crazy something. And like, it's bizarre. Like it doesn't feel real. Like, and like, it's not like we didn't set out to do this, or like, but like that it is happening is crazy. Like I think we all have been in everybody that says thank you, like we've been in all those shoes and all those positions. Like, I think we've all been through some stuff, experienced some not great times. So we know what it is. We know it can relate.
Right.
Yeah, we're with you there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Breakdown. I don't know. Do we want to do a breakdown of everyone? I mean, I think we broke it down pretty good, but I'll say for me, I think she nailed it. Like class clown, just cannot get anything done for real. I would always get in trouble, and I did. Yeah, my goal was to make my parents laugh, and just I think that also comes with being the youngest, where you
Absolutely.
you gotta fight for attention or something like that. I know that my youngest daughter, she is so funny, and she knows it, and she's doing the same thing. God, yeah. I would agree. I'm the most level-headed here for sure by a mile. So
that one, I guess I don't disagree, but like I don't think I'd ever like heard it like put down on paper before, and I was like, oh fuck, that's actually the truth?
No, I don't think that, but that's funny to assume. And yeah, I mean, like being trying to be like telling jokes. I remember I got my first job out of college. I was like, I think I mentioned it before. I like did like customer service work. It was just like it just sucked. But like me and my boss really got along, and we would just crack each other up. And it was like me and I felt other people, like, it's stupid to say, but like in other cubicles, like gravitate towards that, or be like, oh, what's going on over here? It's just like just to have that camaraderie or something, doing something fun at a job that's like. I mean, it sucks for everyone here, but we're just got to do it and try to get paid or whatever. But like, I remember a girl being like, you're never going to get anywhere because all you do is joke around. No one's going to take you seriously in life.
And her name is
yeah, my wife. No, yeah, it was I think I had mentioned it on this podcast or maybe someone else's podcast. I can't remember, but yeah, it was like but that almost killed me inside, where I was just like, maybe she's right. And then like I remember going into the office the next, like, for almost like 2 weeks straight, and just like my boss is like, hey man, are you okay? Like, because I was just like, I'm just doing my job. I'm just gonna come in here, and I didn't say that verbatim, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. But my mentality was like, I'm just gonna come in here and push papers till I'm dead, and
buckle down, cut all the shit, and
right.
just
And then fucking can't. I can't do the corporate shit. I just fucking can't. It murders my soul, and I just won't do it. Having said that, I think it's like at least have an outlet of some sort of where you can do the things that you want to do, and like make people laugh or try and make jokes. I mean, if I don't have that, I'm dead in the water. I'm just a floating body. Fucking come by, poke me with a stick.
Can I ask, like, when you rolled up to that wake or that funeral, there was no joke that was made or nothing. Nothing was said.
No.
Hardest you ever laughed was just the idea that you're going to get out and have to be serious for a minute.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird, that tension there? Like,
yeah, and it kind of goes with like the same as a joke, where it's like if you're talking about something serious for a second, and then you take a left-hand turn into a joke, or like you break that tension. It doesn't have to necessarily be that funny, but just because there's a release, it's so much funnier.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, because I remember Mom telling us a story about how she was at a wake or something from some distant relative that she didn't even hardly know or something, right? But she knew someone that was going, or she gets there and there was someone with Tourette's at this wake, right? And that's that would just kill, right? There's no escape, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's two things that you're not supposed to laugh at. I mean, really? I mean,
yeah.
And
No, I think she, I forget her name. I think she was blurting out stuff, right?
Oh no.
yeah.
I think like later you're mingling and talking to everyone. I think she knew mom or was introduced to mom or something. She said something like to mom, she's like, "My name's goddamn Mary," or something like that, right? And then mom didn't know what was going on, so she said, "I'm Debbie, motherfucker."
She didn't know she had Tourette's, dude. Oh my god.
Didn't know.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. I feel like, yeah, our mom is, I think, one of the most funny people. I mean, she's funny, can be funny on purpose a lot, but on just when she's out of her head and she's having fun, I mean, I'm dying, dude. So, yeah.
It's like, wow. I can't. I could not. I couldn't handle it. No, couldn't hold it together.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I think pretty spot on with Steven. Same, what did Courtney say? It was laughter for coping. I like the initial assumption of you being the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And there's something there because Steven looks the youngest too. I mean, if our other brother was still alive, Steven would still look like the youngest because when it was us three, people would be like, "Let me guess, you're the youngest," and they'd point to Steven. So there is some sort of, there's something there.
Childlike laughter.
Yeah.
It's just his innocence, his pure innocence.
Okay.
Still yet to be broken. We're holding on to that. Mark and I are trying to shield him from all of this grossness on the internet.
Yeah.
It's weird because
we limit his time on the internet,
mm-hmm.
phone.
It's an interesting perspective, right? Because all these videos are shot from my perspective. So I'm wondering, the audience has no choice but to sort of go along with what I'm seeing and what I find is funny, right? I also edit the videos, so everything is timed to what I find funny. So it's like, wow, that's interesting. I'm only gathering an audience that sort of agrees with me on this stuff.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Time,
yeah, but I guess
so
that's the way. I guess maybe any kind of sense of humor is like, it's same thing with like if you like a stand-up or not. Like I like this person's sense of humor that way. That's interesting. So they are going along with the things that you find funny as well. Wow, I never thought about it like that.
It's weird, right? Because it's only stuff that I'm finding funny, right? It doesn't go out to anyone else for a review except for the day before for, you guys and some other people. So I wish I had someone over my shoulder to say, "Oh, you should keep that part in," because the general audience would find that funny. What if I don't? It's a weird decision-making process, right?
I hate like I know there was some of that earlier on with the podcast, like trying to trim them down, and I just I got so caught up in second guessing, like, do I keep this whole like 10-minute chunk in here extra that because of this one joke, like this is a decent joke, do I keep this in? And I was just like, you can't, it all goes in now, or like you can't second guess that stuff. Like,
yeah, you could overthink editing so much. I had this old art teacher once that I'll never forget the thing he said. He's like, when you're trying to create a piece, he said this to the class. He's like, it's not about masturbation. It's about sex. Have I told this before?
I think you've told us this one.
I did? Okay, yeah.
But I mean, everybody should hear it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that kind of stuck with me. It's like, okay, so you're saying I should make something to please everyone else, not just myself. But, what if I fuck it, what if I like masturbating,
There's nothing wrong with
that. So, sorry, I don't know I don't have much feedback, what What do you like? You like it this way or that way?
I know what I like.
I've got the analytics to tell me what you like. I'm learning this over time.
Right, yeah.
Over time, I'll learn, So.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad to hear everyone out there likes this stuff. So, yeah. You're looking at digital jizz, it's edited jizz uploaded, and that's
and shot on the screen. Speaking of digital jizz, Jeff, what about your voice? That's you sexy nerd.
A aging, grumpy, sexy nerd.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fucking take it.
We've gotten a lot of comments about your face and your voice, that there is
They suck. Everybody hates them.
A lot of sex appeal. So, just so you know.
Everybody's drunk and they're wrong, but they're fun. They're fine to have their opinions. That's fun for them. I like to. No, it's insanely flattering. I believe I've gotten I don't remember the guy's name. The guy that does Tina Belcher's voice. I've gotten that one before.
Really?
The John Mulaney, I think, is kind of new. I don't think I've heard that one. I very much appreciate it because I think John Mulaney is great. I am very jealous of John Mulaney. Secretly, backing up just a little bit. Secretly, I would love to be a voice actor or a voiceover actor or any of that stuff.
100%.
I think it's a very, very cool industry or a very cool art or whatever. I don't think I have. I'm envious of John Mulaney's range. Like he can get very high pitched. I don't think I can't.
We've heard Ray Romano also.
Tons of Ray Romanos. Deborah, it's that, I don't know, like it's that, I don't know what you would call, I'm sure there's like a term or a classification for like that kind of nasally voice. I don't know.
But people are saying what, Tina's from Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan Mintz?
I believe so.
That's okay. I just looked at, okay. All right. Yeah, very succinct voice though.
That's my Tina impression. I didn't think I was grumpy though. That one kind of. That one, I don't love that. I think inside, this is my problem. This has been a lifelong problem. I found out that my outside doesn't always convey what's going on the inside. I think I feel like a pretty happy-go-lucky, positive person on the inside, but I think maybe on the outside it's stone cold bitch all the time.
Okay.
Which,
all right.
I mean, whatever. I work on it. I practice smiling in the mirror. It's not going well. I hate it. It's like
so
physical.
It kind of matches your insides.
Yeah, all right. She was right. Fuck. No, Courtney, what an amazing gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Someone so smart like that listens to our shit and is and is able to say, "I'll tell you what I think." It's great. I love hearing from people that are smarter for sure.
Absolutely.
So anyone call in.
If you have a phone, call us. You're smarter than we are. I guarantee it.
It's the smarter than us guarantee.
You guys want to hear some smart stuff?
Fuck, dude, you know it.
I don't want to we don't have to dwell on this, but I just don't want to gloss over the fact that just so that, we put it out there and reiterate that Courtney said it was my voice that maybe pulled her into listening more. Just saying that, I'm not saying that,
we'll
Just saying
have
that.
we'll have you talk more. Yeah.
He's negotiating his contract right now.
Just remember, when it comes time this year for contract renegotiation, just
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the podcast, I'm going to try and deflate my ego upstairs, I guess.
Okay. You might have to go outside to
Might
really
have to
get room.
see if I can get out of a door and do it out there. But yes, I'm sorry, Steven. And remember, everybody, this is actually Steven. If you don't believe me, go to our YouTube podcast page and watch the video YouTube there. It's him. It's not a deep fake. It's not an animation or CGI or anything. This is actually Steven. He just has a cold, so relax.
We're not going to do lip syncing clips with him.
No,
at all.
This is no Milli Vanilli.
No.
If there's like an easy deep fake software out there, is there some actor you would want to be like? Speaking of impressions, like, do you think you could play or deep fake somebody? Does someone come into mind? Mark, I think maybe Tom Cruise, right?
It's
absolutely Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's so funny because I've had people after shows come up and be like, you kind of look like Tom Cruise. I'm like, do I? I don't think so. I was like, well, you should tell other people that.
Okay. I would like to do 3 Tom Cruises.
Oh, man.
For the 3 of us to do them.
That'd be great.
Talk to each other for one episode the whole time as Tom Cruise.
If we can do that somehow, let's do it.
Okay.
Prediction. The least listened to episode of the podcast. The 3 Tom Cruises. I don't know where that came from. Just this.
Okay. All right.
Actually, Courtney and anybody else, since we're asking and getting such great feedback from everybody, Stephen brings up a good point. I don't know. I don't think I can do any good impressions or I guess maybe except for the Tina one. I want to see who everybody thinks the best impression that we could do. Like if we were going to do like a really good, obviously I think Mark would be Tom Cruise. There might be something else, but be interested to hear.
Yeah. And then we'll do it live.
Wow.
Shit.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Steven.
No.
Steven. On to the science.
I was down and out. I didn't have much time to research science. I do have an article, but I'm not reading the article. I'm just going to read the title, and that's it.
Great. Let's just go off feelings.
And that's it. Because I don't think I need to get into the article at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the title is Scientists Want to Send a Probe to Uranus. Okay, now we can move on.
Okay.
And that's real too, but
they had to. I
imagine the writer's like, God damn, how do I word this and have people take us seriously?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't think of another title.
I think if you're putting anything towards Uranus, I mean, they just renamed the planet. I don't know why it's got to be Uranus anyway. You can rename
it's probably
shit.
Like some Greek god that nobody remembers.
Do you think that Greek
what have they
god
done for us lately?
What's that?
I don't know. But do you think that Greek god had to deal with anus jokes also?
Yeah, for sure.
Or do you think Uranus was such an asshole of a god? Like that's where it came from?
Oh, okay.
That's a good theory.
Right.
I don't know. I'm floating it out there. Prove me wrong. Well, you know how with celebrities and important people, famous people, they have once they start getting older, journalists or the tabloid stuff will start preparing. They'll have pieces about them prepared so that when they do pass, they can quickly have an article out there about them. Do you think science journalists, all of them had this scientists want to send a probe to Uranus article loaded in the chamber? They're just waiting. Like, I got to be the first one to make this probe in Uranus joke. I got to get this out there before everybody else.
Probably, yeah. They probably had that thing cocked and ready to go.
They have 10 Google alerts for every possible combination of this news, and like as soon as it hits, they're like, a red alert goes off.
Yeah, like I want to be at the press conference too. Like just so much opportunity, right? Oh, we've been interested in Uranus for a long time, and we want to get close up pictures of Uranus to see what's going on. We've been curious.
We've never been inside Uranus. We've always just been around it, and we want to see what comes out of there.
I feel like I think that should be a sketch we do of like a science news briefing or press report or something where like the subject matter is just slam full of innuendo, but like everyone is refusing to indulge it. Like they keep saying like, and they're making hard eye contact with everybody, like to make sure that nobody laughs. Like keep it serious.
Right. Yeah.
We're talking about sending the 2-finger probe up to Uranus. It's not funny.
This has been sponsored by KY Jelly. Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking great. Yeah, I mean, science, they gotta have a sense of humor. I mean, they're doing all sorts of shit over there. Over in science.
Over there in science, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I drove by there the other day. It seems like they're busy.
It's slammed.
I mean, the parking lot was full.
Mm-hmm. God, yeah. Every hour too. It's always like that.
Especially, oh yeah, they run. I think 2 shifts there. They got an early and a late. So I mean, they're cooking.
Yeah. Good luck getting in there on Thanksgiving. I mean, parking lot's just full.
Yeah, it's a madhouse.
This next thing here, you want to go to that? Because, or did you have something else?
Next thing from Uranus, the taint.
Right. Yeah. This we saw the King of Kong documentary, right?
Oh yeah.
And then this other thing happened recently, and it's like a real life video game hero has emerged. And I don't play Elden Ring, but Jeff does.
So apparently, I guess I don't know where it started, but I've seen it all over Reddit. There is in Elden Ring. There's a very difficult. I think like the final boss of the game is this Marieska. I don't remember her name. It's not important. It's a very challenging boss fight.
Yeah, this is a very, very hard game to begin with.
Right.
And full of boss fights, and then the final one is like super, super hard.
Super crazy, like very small percentage of people that are beating it. And also there's a mechanic in Elden Ring where you can, for the majority of the game, you're playing by yourself. But you can ring a little bell and summon other players into your game to help you with a boss fight or whatever it is.
Wow.
To kind of help you team up and get through some of the more difficult stuff. So this guy or this person, I think has changed their name to Let Me Solo Her, is I guess sitting in some sort of bat cave with a cape and a cowl on, waiting for people to ring that bell, and then they show up wearing nothing, no armor. So, like, normally at this point in the game, you're fully kitted out. You have, like, max armor. You have the best defense possible. It's basically a naked character with a pot on their head and 2 katanas. And the name is Let Me Solo Her. And then I think typically, I've not experienced it, but I think typically they're just like, you hang back. I got this. And we'll go in and just demolish this final boss for the people that are trying to get through it or like haven't been able to get through it.
Wow.
And like
no one knows his name.
Yeah, I think
he's
like
out
does
there
it
somewhere. A real
like
hero.
Several times a day.
Yeah, it's like the Batman symbol going up in the sky. Players all around the world are calling on this person. If you're out there, please help.
Wow. Just imagine. I mean, obviously this has gone viral. A lot of people know about it. I'm assuming, right?
But yeah, believe me, someone's going to put a compilation of clips of all these podcasts talking about this. Oh, not me solo her. Not me solo her.
Yeah.
Can you believe this?
The news. Yeah. Let me solo her.
In lighter news.
But
a hero emerges.
I wonder how that feels to be, like you guys said, like Batman, of just like, honey, do you want to watch a movie tonight? And he's like, I wish I had time.
I can't. The city needs me.
The people.
So the fact that this player shows up naked, meaning they're not wearing any armor, they're that good. They just don't get hit.
Yeah.
God damn. That's amazing.
That's another level, man. Of just like, oh, I don't need anything.
There's also a player out there who renamed their character's name to Will Smith. They will, if you summon, sometimes he will show up into players' games. He'll walk up to them and smack them, and then turn around and leave.
Oh God! It's moments like that and the Batman guy that I truly appreciate the internet and what we have as a culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's done a lot of bad, but some of these and a decent amount of good. But these moments, that's what the internet's for.
100%. Well, that is much lighter news. Yeah, that the Let Me Solo Her probably feels the way somebody would if they were called a sexy, grumpy, elderly nerd, just full of pride and ginormous ego. So
nice.
Good for them. Well, guys.
Oh.
Yes?
Ghost Rider.